As a filmmaker and content creator, one of my biggest challenges when working outdoors is power. Cameras, lights, monitor, laptops, it all drains fast. And when you're out in the mountains or deep into a shoot on location, running out of juice is not an option. That's why today I'm excited to share my first impressions of the Hulkman Mega Portable Power Station. This thing promises serious power even in extreme environments, so let's see what it can really do. This video is sponsored by Hulkman. For creators like me, a power station isn't just about convenience. It's the difference between finishing a shoot or packing up early. Whether I'm running lights for video setup, charging drones, or even editing on my laptop off-grid, having reliable, clean power changes the way I work. Inside the box you'll find the unit itself, power cables for AC and car charging, and the paperwork. Setup is simple. Plug it in, give it a charge. Optionally, connect the Hulkman app over Wi-Fi or Bluetooth and you're good to go. I had mine up and running within minutes. The Mega uses ternary lithium NMC cells, the same high-performance chemistry found in EVs like Tesla. Most power stations use lithium iron phosphate, but NMC gives you higher energy density, faster charging and way better performance in cold weather. This thing works down to -4 degrees Fahrenheit or -20 degrees Celsius and up to high altitudes of around 13,000 feet. That's a big deal if you shoot in mountains or cold environments. The Mega can be used as UPS with pure sinus wave output. This is critical for filmmakers. With less than 15 milliseconds transfer time, it keeps your cameras, lights or even a laptop running seamlessly. And because it's a pure sinus wave inverter, your gear runs cooler, your chargers don't overheat, and sensitive electronics last longer. The Hulkman Mega sports 3 AC outlets with 600 watt total output and turbo up to 1200 watt, dual USB-C PD ports with 65 watt and 100 watt, 2 USB-A plus 12 volt car and DC outputs. Basically, if it runs on electricity, the Mega can probably handle it. The Mega offers fast wall charging, 600 watt to 80% in under an hour, 12-24 volt car charging and solar input up to 400 watt, perfect for off-grid setups. The LED display is bright and readable even in sunlight and is a built-in work light for night shoots or campsite setups. The Hulkman app lets you monitor power use, switch between Echo, Turbo, UPS bypass modes and even the rate voltage for added safety. Let's do some real-world testing. I used a teleprompter set to record a sequence for one of my next videos. I used the Hulkman Mega to power my main light. Lights are power hungry, and usually I'm either limited by battery packs or dragging long extension cords if I'm near an outlet. And with the Mega, I just plugged it straight in and it stayed rock on solid for hours. No flicker, no dimming. Ooh, light is on. From the Hulkman to my softbox here. It meant I could focus on the performance in front of the camera instead of worrying about how long the battery would last. For a different project, I had this beautiful slider sequence planned. You know how it goes, motorized slider moving slow and smooth camera on a gimbal riding along to keep everything battery. Normally that's 2 devices chewing through their own batteries, and if one dies mid-shoot, the whole take is wasted. This time I connected both the slider and the gimbal into the Hulkman Mega. The result, totally uninterrupted operation. I didn't have to pause, swap batteries or break the flow of the shoot. And honestly, there's something liberating about knowing your creative tools are just going to keep running as long as you need them. Later on, I set up my laptop out in the mountains to actually edit some footage on location. And this is where you really feel the difference. I wasn't tethered to the back of the van or running my laptop on half battery hoping it would last. Instead, I had stable, clean power from the Mega. No hiccups, no overheating, just hours of editing in one of the most inspiring backdrops you can imagine. And because I like to round out a day of work with a little bit of play, I even hooked up the Mega to a small projector. Amazing. I'm outside here watching a movie. The Hulkman Mega here is providing me all the power for the projector, the iPad. I have a little light here on the side just so you can see the Hulkman here, my setup here. But that's all I have. The Hulkman light here, the one that's built into the Mega, is my main source of light. Amazing. Let's go back to the movie. It's not just a backup battery, it's an all-day creative companion. So my first impression of the Hulkman Mega, this feels like a serious tool for creators who don't want to compromise when working outdoors. From powering lights to running a laptop editing station in the middle of nowhere, it handled everything I threw at it. The Turner lithium battery tech and pure sinus wave output make it stand out compared to many other power stations in the market. If you're a filmmaker, photographer, or just someone who spends a lot of time off the grid, this is absolutely worth considering. I'll keep testing it in more extreme scenarios, but so far, I'm impressed. Check out the link below if you want to learn more about the Hulkman Mega, and let me know in the comments what's the first thing you'd power with a station like this. Check out this video next to learn more about filmmaking and filmmaking gear and how to use them. Thanks for watching, and see you next one. Bye for now.